Welcome to HortTube. My name is Jim Putnam and this is a Catawba Crape Myrtle. This is the beautiful purple flowering Catawba Crape Myrtle. Catawba is a moderate sized crepe myrtle. A lot of people call this one a semi-dwarf. It'll only reach about 14 or 15 feet in height, and that compares to standard crepe myrtles that can reach 20 to 25 feet in height. Catawba is best in horticultural zones 7 to 9, but it's definitely worth a try in 6B or 10A. All crepe myrtles are pretty fast growing. Catawba is definitely not as fast as some of the others. This one woke up and before it started flowering, it grew about a foot and a half. The more traditional standard varieties can grow as much as 3 feet before they start blooming. Crepe myrtles are definitely sun-loving plants. If you put these in less than 6 hours of direct sun, they will have all kinds of issues, powdery mildew being one of them. So you want to get these dried off quick in the morning and in the sun as much of the day as you can. Since Catawba stays smaller than a lot of the other crepe myrtle varieties, this is definitely one you could use on the corner of a foundation if you needed a foundation plant that got 10 or 12 feet in height on the corner. Works great. It's just a small ornamental tree. It really grows like a large shrub, so it's not going to give you any shade really, but it looks great mass planted, and I got it sitting next to this pink velour variety right here, and it looks great with it. Of course, the primary feature on Catawba Crape Myrtles is these beautiful purple flowers. Unfortunately, this video doesn't really do them justice. It looks definitely lighter colored than they actually are. Catawba also has really nice foliage, has a red edge on all the leaves. They also have the reddish stems on them, which is pretty common for most crepe myrtles as the wood from this year hardens off. Catawba also has the beautiful exfoliating bark at the bottom, which comes off like this, and it's really, really smooth, very traditional crepe myrtle. That way it will turn redder in time as the wood ages on it. So you can see Catawba has a lot going for it, and really the main thing it has going for it is that it stays such a reasonable size that it's great on smaller lots. I've included videos in the description of this video for planting woody trees and shrubs. Really, you're just not going to have much problem with these crepe myrtles at all. Just don't cover anything that's not covered when you purchase it. Mound it up a little bit. Definitely don't over mulch it. Don't end up piling mulch 6 inches up the trunk. Just whatever you can see where it enters the soil when you purchase it, make sure you can still see it after you finish planting. If you live in an area that gets regular rainfall, once Catawba is rooted in the ground, you're just not really ever going to have to water it to keep it alive. But with that said, this thing blooms in June and July, and there's a lot of heat stress at that time. And if it becomes dry during that period of time, you'll lose some interior foliage, you'll see the bloom shut down on you, and it'll just kind of go into a dormancy. So that's the time of year you're definitely going to want to keep an eye on it. Stick your finger in the ground, dig down a couple inches, and if it's dry, drown the whole space around it. The time to fertilize crepe myrtles is in the late winter or early spring, right before they break dormancy. Any kind of slow release fertilizer would work for these, any kind of outdoor fertilizer that lasts 3 to 4 months. Pruning is always a controversial thing on these crepe myrtles because you'll see in a lot of commercial settings, the landscapers will cut them down to 8 or 10 feet in height. Nice thing about Catawba is it's only going to end up 12 or 14 feet in height, so it's probably not going to require that really hard pruning in the winter to keep it small, because this one just kind of keeps a reasonable size on its own. Crepe myrtles do get quite a few pests. If they stay too wet in the morning time, they are susceptible to powdery mildew, although this is a very mildew resistant variety. They are very susceptible to aphids on the newest growth and on the flower buds early in the spring. And the aphids secrete fluid that ends up getting a growth on it called sooty mold that can turn the leaves black. So you want to make sure that if you have any aphid problems in the spring, that you want to get those under control because they can cause some additional issues. Crepe myrtles are considered very deer resistant. So what are you waiting for? Even you can grow the beautiful purple summer flowering Catawba Crape Myrtle. Thank you for watching my video, and if it was helpful, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel for future videos. Also comment below with any questions you have about crepe myrtles. Thanks for watching.